Well, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of Sunday Night Live right here on nocappreacts. I'm your man Bailey, a.k.a. Mr. Go. Get him!
And it's your boy Chris.
Shut your ass up. It ain't even
Man,
time
damn.
yet.
I
We are back on another episode with a special guest who already can't shut up.
I thought I was a guest.
You are the guest, motherfucker.
The guest.
And tonight we got a special guest. He came on the show ready to. It's gonna be real sad for you ladies tonight. You usually gonna come talking that shit.
Gay! It's time!
Introduce yourself.
What's up, world? My name is Chris.
I
I like that. The owner of NLPS Security. So if you need security, tap in with your boy. Hit me up on Facebook, NLPS Security. Hit me up on Instagram. Same thing, NSL. Next Level Private Security. So it's actually next_level_private_security.
Next level pussy security. Next level pussy security. Y'all don't know, this is Lil Bro in the building.
Kind of new sounds, don't you?
Yeah, they ain't new. You
Well,
don't give a damn fuck.
I mean, they new to me. I ain't been over here.
Yeah, you gonna be.
Well, I have, but I haven't been on the podcast.
You been on here what 2 other times?
Yeah.
Yeah. Get off that damn social media, boy. Pay attention to the camera. So tonight was supposed to be Chris with another special guest, but the other person, well, one he had a baby. And yeah, that's about it. So we're gonna talk about what we were initially gonna talk about in the first place, because Chris is half in on this shit now, right?
Yep.
So he can give you details about it. There is this thing that happens here every 3 months called Flex Fest. Tell them about Flex Fest.
Flex Fest. So me and my partner, Jerome High Class, we put on this event every 3 months here in the Valley. And what we pretty much do is we get the community together. So we want to pretty much have everybody come together as one, put the guns down, put the gloves up. So we do boxing, we do all the local events. We work with all different types of artists. We got different types of vendors if you're doing t-shirts or if you're selling food or anything like that. So it's a chance for everybody to get together in the community and bring a different impact to the city and not just violence and stuff like that. My part is I like to control the boxing aspect of things and stuff like that. I used to fight growing up, so I did a lot of boxing, and so it's nice whenever I can get these guys that are coming off the street or young guys that wants to get into a craft like boxing and stuff like that and dedicate themselves and bring something new to our environment. So that's what we do with Arizona Flex Fest around here, and we're just trying to bring more awareness and make this thing grow and see how far we can take it.
You mean get these niggas out of the streets?
Get them out of the streets.
You know the crazy part is, remember back in the day, they used to say we ain't got no hands.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean, shit, that's still true today. I mean, niggas, like, you really don't have, motherfuckers don't want to fight no more. Like, motherfuckers, you have a small percentage of people that will actually, come at you like a man if y'all have issues, y'all have problems, and y'all square it out. You know what I'm saying? Y'all shoot the five, y'all can dap hands afterwards, y'all can go y'all separate ways instead of picking up guns and shooting shit out or whatever. But I mean, this is the world we living in, so we can only do it one step at a time, and you know what I'm saying, and we'll see how. We'll see how everything goes from here. But yes, every 3 months we put on this event for the Arizona Flex Fest, and that's what we're trying to do and reach out to more people. So
I'm still debating on whether I'm going to drop another quick 30, 40 pounds before, June?
yeah, you could be my heavyweight. Like I could get your ass in
I'm
there.
not a heavyweight.
You are okay, a super heavyweight.
Okay, there ain't too many.
We got some super heavyweight niggas in there. But I don't know, you like what, 5'10"?
Yeah.
5'9"?
5'10".
Man, them niggas in there like 6'6".
Yeah, I know. There's a reason I stopped boxing.
These niggas in there 6 for real.
Look, they powerful, but they ain't long enough.
Yeah.
You know how that goes.
So yeah, you really gonna have to get your Mike Tyson on and be fucking.
That ain't never been the problem. That's never been the problem.
But I always talk your ass into doing it. So
no, you haven't.
Yes, I always talk you into doing it.
You try.
I get on your ass all the time. Come on, you got that punching bag in the damn living room. How long you had that bag now for? 4 months?
No, it's like maybe 3 months.
3 months?
Yep.
Okay, 3-4 months. Yeah. So your ass is always bragging about you constantly working out on it. So. Shit, let's get in shape, big bro.
You saw that the other night when you was over here. We was both on it.
Mm-hmm. Let's get in shape.
There's a difference though. I don't have.
I know you gotta have that mentality.
Yeah,
you gotta have that mentality. If you don't have that mentality, then
now 20 years ago when I was angry and always fighting,
yeah,
it was amazing.
Yeah, like I don't have that mentality now to fight. So that's why I ref and train and do all that stuff. So, but
I don't have. And there's nobody out here that I just want to beat up. So that's the bad part. Back then.
Well, it's not the fact that you just want to just beat them up. It's just like,
yes, it is.
No, it's just like you just got to have that dog and you just got to I don't know, you just got to want to fight. Like you don't care who it is.
So, exactly.
Like who it is. I don't have that urge. Like I don't
have that no more. Now I'm like, kick back, relax. We do family stuff.
Yeah.
It's a family event even. I like being at the family event. And then this is the problem. We already know, you've seen firsthand, my other little brother, little Bailey, he's seen firsthand. I don't hit people lightly. I don't need to, I don't want to fuck up somebody's night. Because it's going to fuck up somebody's night.
Well,
that last kid, at the last one where he sat there for like 30 minutes, hands in his head, just trying to clear the cobwebs.
Oh, yeah, he could.
Stumbled off even when he did finally leave.
Yeah. I mean, shit, but granted, that was his first fight, so. You know what I'm saying? It's like, yeah, I wouldn't say shaking off the cobwebs, stuff like that. You're like, yeah, that's your first fight. You're going to be nervous. You know what I'm saying? Your nerves going to be everywhere. I told him when you get in the ring's going to be different. So it's not going to be like, street fighting. Because he did go up against the champ, one of the other fighters that I'm training, Blacksmith. So, Blacksmith has been boxing for a little bit. And this guy was basically a street fighter, just coming off the street. But he had that heart and that will, to get in there and, wanting to bang it out,
This is called stupidity.
I mean, hey, you got to start somewhere.
Not there.
You got to start somewhere.
That's like me saying I'm going to start off boxing against Mike Tyson in his prime.
Yeah, but we ain't got no Mike Tysons in there. We ain't got none of them type of fighters. Like, we don't have professional fighters. So we don't have professional fighters fighting against amateur fighters. Like, these are all amateur fighters.
A punch is a punch.
So whether it's street fighting or whether you've been boxing in the gym for a couple weeks or whatever, that's two totally different levels of boxing.
Well, your ass been here in Arizona now for 2 whole motherfucking crack-a-dacking years.
Mm-hmm.
How's Arizona treating you?
Arizona is good. Arizona is lovely. You know what I'm saying? This is the West Coast, so, they say the women, the weather, the weed. The only thing I wish we had closer was the beaches. If we had the beaches, man, Arizona would be perfect. Arizona would be perfect. You know what I'm saying? I love going hiking in the mountains and stuff with the kids and the family and stuff, I love...
this nigga lying. He
besides
loves
working.
coming to my house drinking all my alcohol.
Hey, let's toast to that. young DeMarco. But
No, you
yeah,
the DeMarco for that. Yeah.
but that's why you got that bar there, cause shit, every time you ain't gonna drink it.
Cause you will.
So I just come over and I just sip on it every time. So I mean that's what I do. I'm shit. This is like my second home. So it's a comfort zone. This is the only time that I really drink. Like let's be honest. If we go out in public somewhere, I might have one drink and I'm sipping on that, but I'm watching, I'm watching everybody else that's with us. And your ass be doing the same thing. So
But without the drink, because I'm not drinking shit. Because I'm gonna be on all tens. Because now, see, okay, now like that's different. Like when we go out, it is kind of weird. Because when we go out, I watch everything and be ready to tee off at any point in time. But I don't understand how like even just thinking about boxing, it sounds fun, right? But then I realize like all the shit that goes into it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna train.
You got to put 210% into it. Like I know a lot of people talk about, I put 100% into it. No, boxing, you really have to eat, sleep, and shit. Fucking boxing, like literally, like because this is
That
like
means no
like this is
sex.
not a team sport. Like you get into boxing and like this, like you can get yourself fucked up. Like you can get seriously hurt doing boxing. It's not a team sport. So if you don't have yourself fully dedicated to the sport and you know what I'm saying, you're waking up and you're going to sleep and you're breathing this and you're living this every day, then hey, boxing's just not for you. Now, if you want to get into boxing for training purposes and to get in shape and stuff like that, I'll be firsthand to tell you, boxing is one of the perfect routes, the best routes to go when it comes to that. Best training ever. Cardio, strength training, toning up your body, everything is one of the best workouts ever. But fighting is something totally different. But that's how I fell in love with boxing, right? Because I started going there, I started training and stuff like that, and then my training got to, I was trained by Ronnie Lewis, Ronnie and Hal, so they was brothers there in Springfield, Missouri, and they had the Lewis's boxing gym on commercial. So
Jerome said, "Thanks for holding it down."
No problem, bro. I hope you're doing good. I hope the family's doing good. So, but
just happened to my chat?
But yeah, man, that's how I got into boxing. I got in there just to, train and get into shape. Next, then I'm fighting and I'm fighting amateurs and doing all this other stuff and fighting locally in Branson and Arkansas and Kansas City and all over. So, I mean, pretty much it's whatever you want, whenever you jump into the sport. So you don't necessarily have to fight. You know what I'm saying? You just do it for training.
All right, now we gonna get off into some of this crazy shit. We already know what kind of conversation we be having on a regular basis. So you just made a post recently, so we gonna go off of this first and foremost. Okay, your post said Instagram got a lot of you average women walking around thinking you're a 10 and you deserve a high value man. When the average guy can jump in your DMs, fuck you, and don't wife you, so what's really your worth?
Dom DeMarco.
Where the hell did you even think of that shit at?
You know what? I ain't gonna lie. These last was it 2 nights ago?
Yeah.
We was up here and we was on the Fresh and Fit deal. We was on Fresh and Fit, and we was on the other podcast that I was telling you that I ran across.
Whatever.
Yeah, whatever. So I don't know. Here lately, these last couple nights, I just been at home and just looking at stuff and listening to them, and then getting back on social media and looking at stuff, and I'm like, you know what? Why is all these women like? I'm not gonna say all of them, but I'm gonna say the majority of the women are like that, right? Because you got social media these days, especially Instagram and stuff, boosting these average chicks, right? And I mean average. So when they take off
Super
the
average.
yes,
Below average.
yeah. So when they take off the the butterfly lashes, when they take off the wigs and the makeup and all that stuff like that, like they're average, right? I know a lot of them girls will probably be like a 5'6", like let's keep it real. How many of them is actually going to take off all that shit and they're going to be
A 10,
shit, even an 8,
a 7, even.
a 7.5 or 8? Like how many of those women are actually going to look like that we don't get to see because they're behind closed doors, right? So the only time we ever get to see these women are when they're already put together and they're already dolled up to come out here on the market to present themselves to men.
So here's a question: do you think that makeup is really for themselves, or are they doing it for someone else?
You know what? I would say is maybe a little bit of both. And why I would say it's a little bit of both, because, in cases you do have people who may have acne, you may have people who do have freckles and stuff like that, and their low self-esteem about their self, is already down at that level. So a little foundation and makeup can hide those blemishes, right? To where they can make themselves presentable whenever they do go out in public, and not even looking for a man, just to go out in public in general, just to walk around and just to be themselves freely without feeling somebody staring at them because they got freckles or they got acne or whatever on their face.
Now let's think about that.
Mm-hmm.
It's to go out in public, but at what point in time do women just sit around their house all day knowing they're not leaving the house wearing makeup? Which then poses the question yet again: are they doing it for others? Or are they doing it for themselves?
But you know what? That's good too, because a lot of women will sit at home with makeup on because they're on social media every day. So they're on social media every day with these TikToks and Snapchat and Instagram, and are sitting in their bathroom taking photos, or they're laying on the bed, the famous one. They're laying on the bed with the hair spread out and shit like that. And they're
So
taking
does that not prove that it is not for themselves? It is actually for other people.
Yes, I will say the majority of it is for other people. There might be that small pocket to where the girls are really like insecure about themselves, so they need that little push to make them feel better about themselves just a little bit.
All right, so I did a post on my Facebook the other day, which was absolutely hilarious, and it surprised me how many people are really scared to answer questions. But I got my whole little thing where I say let's talk about it. All right, so I posted a picture of Lizzo, and I posted a picture of Megan Good, and I said, Lizzo or Megan Good, who is your choice to wife for life? But they come with a bank account at 0. Who would you choose personally?
Well, you already know I would go with Megan Good.
Okay, but why?
Well, for one, Lizzo would not be my type of woman, that I would be looking for, sort of say. And I guess when men say that, that comes with a lot of backlash, right?
A ton of backlash. We're not allowed to have opinions.
Right, because Lizzo's a bigger woman. So it's like, if I was real and I was like, oh, well, shit, you let yourself get that way, right? You let yourself get to where you are now, which leads up to, your weight or whatever you may look like, right? So why do I have to accept that because you let yourself get to that point and you think all men just have to accept what these women bring to the table and their flaws and blah blah blah? Not me. I'm going with Megan Good. She's a beautiful young lady. She's attractive. She's fit. You know what I'm saying? We probably got a lot in common. Not to say me and Lizzo and stuff wouldn't have a lot in common, but
you gonna have a lot in common. Food.
Yeah, I mean, you know what I'm saying, and
Marcy said, "How then do you present yourself if you never wear makeup?" I'm good without. Marcy, that's an easy question.
Marcy, you old school.
Well, yeah.
Marcy's old school, so
your
she
age
don't
disqualifies you from most conversations because in your time things didn't happen like that, and that's just it. The beauty standard has now become you must have makeup lashes, some sort of lip garnishment, even lip plumpers.
The norm. They making it all the norm.
They making it all to where
it's crazy.
There's nothing natural about a woman but a woman with natural beauty. So like when I look at a woman of natural beauty who could walk around with zero makeup at all, and she's absolutely amazing, is I think of
that's stunning.
Megan Good and Alicia Keys. Alicia Keys.
I don't know. We can like J-Lo.
No,
I
don't think J-Lo's cute without makeup.
I do. Like I think J-Lo look good without makeup.
I don't know. J-Lo with no makeup?
Shit, I know a lot. I know a lot of the girls that we know. I know a lot of girls that we know that can look good without makeup. That don't need makeup and stuff, right? But then to say what Marcy was saying, I seen Marcy take a picture yesterday and she posted, and shit, I seen guys get on there and she didn't have on makeup or nothing, and I seen guys jump on there and was giving her
Jennifer
straight up
Lopez,
compliments.
Jennifer Lopez looking a little dead.
Yeah, I can't see her.
Yeah,
Whew.
that's a huge difference.
Yeah, that looked like somebody getting ready to be in the coffin. Yeah, she looked like she one step away from the morgue on that one.
Yeah, so J-Lo is not wearing no makeup on.
Yeah,
I'm like, I know you.
Well, I mean, granted, she is what 50? What she is in her 50s, right? 52.
But see, okay, so we're gonna go back. We're gonna take
that's that cheat sheet. See, goddamn, they got a cheat sheet.
We're gonna take it back just a little bit because that's the thing. Choosing between Lizzo and Megan Good. Lizzo's 34. Megan Good is 41.
Megan Good's 41?
41. Yeah.
Damn.
You used to get Megan Good from my neighborhood.
I know, but I wouldn't even thought the picture that you showed yesterday was like
school together and everything.
She was like
she
my
don't
age.
look like she's aged.
Yeah. Because black don't crack, we age like fine wine.
And guess what? She's never been big on makeup. She hardly wears any, which ages a woman and helps and aids in creating wrinkles and all the like. Women try to hide their blemishes.
That
with
does.
the number one thing that causes blemishes, and they don't even realize it.
How does that foundation after a while, not to be mean or funny or nothing like that, but how does that foundation after a while of years, of decades of wearing that stuff on your face, right? Caked on your stuff and smothering your pores and everything. How does your face actually look like once they hit those ages? Like, say once they hit their 40s.
Think about your great-grandmother, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I don't know how old your great-grandmother is, even your grandma, right? They never wore makeup. If they did, they wore like lipstick.
Yeah, they wear lipstick. My grandma even wore lipstick.
Yeah, lipstick, maybe some.
My great-grandma, she wasn't doing that. So my great-grandma was full-blood Cherokee.
All right, and her skin was what? Absolutely amazing.
Yeah, her skin was, she was.
Like, I think about like mama. Okay, so people don't even realize. I mean, even just looking at this video, y'all see how healthy my skin is? But that's just it. Like, women, usually they'll see men as they age. And they're like, oh, you have amazing skin. And it's like, because we've never put our skin, we have virgin skin.
Right.
You don't have virgin skin.
Yeah, people still tell me I look like I was when I was, 16?
If I didn't shave my hair and allow all this shit here to grow in.
Trying to tell you, you can have a fade, boy. You can have a fade by the end of the week.
I know. I don't want hair no more.
That's crazy to me. Why you just want to keep shaving it?
Because I'm tired of going to the barber.
I mean, but you could do it yourself though.
But I don't.
But I mean, like, why don't you just let it grow back? Because you can still you can still get a lineup.
I told you,
like, nigga, I ain't seen your ass with a lineup in a long time.
Everybody thinks that I'm bald. They don't understand. I got a whole.
I ain't seen you with a lineup in a long time.
You literally saw me. I didn't cut my hair for a whole week and had a whole head full of hair.
That's what I said when
like,
I came over here.
No patches.
Jim, I smack that motherfucker about. Line that shit up.
Nah, I just don't want hair no more. I chose to shave my head. And the crazy part about it, in shaving my head, like even right now, this is one day, you can see where the lining and shit is already at. But the hair, y'all hear that? It sounds like sandpaper. My hair is like stronger now than what it was before. It's crazy. But
damn,
okay.
I wonder what I would look like if I shaved my head bald.
Just do it. Your hair grow back fast.
Shit, nigga, I look like Montel Jordan.
Montel. This nigga got the biggest ego in the world. All right, we gonna do something. Let's we gonna open up the phone line 602-736-6660. The phone lines are now open. If you want to chime in, join the conversation, be a part of it, ask questions, or even just talk your shit, by all means, go ahead and let's get to it. I turned the damn monitor off on accident. All right, it's back up. Cool. Chris.
Yep.
So, let's hit on what you was talking about before we turn this camera on. Single mothers. Is it a benefit to dating a single mother?
Is it a benefit to dating a single mother?
As a man.
Depends on that man, really. Right? Like in most cases, if I'm gonna say for the average of men out here, or for the majority of men out here, no. But for me, like say for me in my instance, since I'm like a family man and stuff like that, if I was to go out here and meet a single mother and stuff like that, see, it's easier for me because that'd be right up my alley, right? The kids getting involved with everything. We can do family deals, family time, trips, vacations. That's the type of shit that I love, right? So for me, it'd be easy. But for the average man out there trying to date a single woman with kids and taking on kids that's not yours.
So that's no makeup, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to show you a picture of the same person. Keep going now.
See, but then the average man out there to date a single mother and stuff like that, I would say no. And why I would say no is because you got a lot of those. That's a big difference.
Huge difference, right?
You got a lot of those men out there that will think, oh, well, shit, these aren't my kids. And, why am I helping, support, blah, 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 blah. If something happens with us and we break up and I get attached to these kids, then, I'm not only losing her, but I'm losing her, the kids, my time, money put into this whole deal. So it's like, what good does it benefit me from dating a single mother, right? But then I try to look at it on the other side. Not every woman is looking for somebody to come in and play stepdaddy or, try to come in there and be, financially stable with their kids. They might be looking for love for themselves, right? Because they have probably been single for so long. They have probably been through the damn ringer. And yes, they didn't had kids by X, Y, and Z, but that's life at the end of the day, right? So whenever I put that shoe on the other foot is basically trying to sit down and get to know that person instead of worrying about, how many bodies she's been with or, the different baby daddies and stuff like that and whatever comes along with it. Like, that's what we don't do. We don't take enough time to sit down and get to know anybody anymore. It's like, oh, we meet this guy, we meet this girl, and the first thing we do is, we jump into bed with them. And as soon as we jump into bed with them, that ruins everything, right? That ruins everything. Because it's like you don't even have to work for anything no more. It's like, okay, well, shit, I took her out on a date and, I hit first base with her and stuff like that. Okay, well, if she don't let me, fuck tonight, then shit, tomorrow is going to be a for sure thing. Or the next time we go out on a date is going to be a for sure thing, right? So there's nothing to it. There's nothing to linger on to make you want that person. There's nothing to intrigue you about that person to where you're like, oh, well, shit, let's go on another date and see where this go, or you're spontaneous about things and stuff like that. So I don't know. My question, just to answer that, the average guy, I would say no. But there are men out there who will take on that course if you do have kids and stuff like that, being family oriented and stuff like that.
What if you are a single man, no children, going into a relationship with a woman with children? Benefit? Yeah and nay.
No.
Why not?
You're basically losing an uphill battle, right? Because if I'm a single man and I don't have any kids, uh, say I have all my stuff together, right? Because we don't worry about women's finances and the positions they're in and stuff like that. But I'm well off. I'm well off by myself. I know I can take care of me. I know I can take care of a family and stuff if I had one, or if I wanted to put myself in that position. But as for me, a single man, a high value man, going into a situation like that to take on a woman and say she had 3, 4 kids and stuff like that, that wouldn't be beneficial to me, right? Because now I'm going to have to change how I do certain things or how I move if I want to be with this woman, right? So the things that I'm used to doing in my free time or how I move, I'm going to have to sit down and be like, come up with schedules how to spend time with her. And we know it's not only about the woman. They say oh, you don't have to be this to my kid. You don't have to. But let's be honest. At the end of the day, the children play a big part as well, right? I don't know too many guys that are coming in just fucking with females and then not even playing like they even had anything to do with their kids, right? So a lot of time these
Women
guys
won't even go for that.
Yeah, so a lot of these time these guys, in order for them to even mess with these type of females, you know what I'm saying? It's like you have to show some interest to their offspring, their kids. You know what I'm saying? You gotta, whatever it is, you out there playing basketball with them in the driveway, or you throwing a football just for her to sit up there and be like, oh, look at him. You know what I'm saying? Oh, girl, I got me a good one. He's out there throwing the ball with Jerome, and he's out here, playing with, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Just to make them feel some type of way. That makes women get on a whole another different type of level, with you. So I don't know. It just depends. But in most cases, I will say no. That doesn't benefit you. Because then when everything goes to shit, everything goes to hell, we lose on everything. We lose on everything. I lose you. I get, connected with your kids and stuff on a different level. And, I'm losing out with the kids. I'm losing out on money. You know what I'm saying? Like there's so much, my time going to school events, going to birthday parties, doing sporting events with the kids, whatever we may do. At the end of the day, we cannot work out and you can break it off. And guess what? Your foundation and your stuff is still the same. Your stuff is still the same, right? I walk away from that situation fucking broken. I walk away from that situation broken. Not only heartbroken from you, but heartbroken from the kids. And why I talk about that is because I've been through it. I've been through it. So I know the depth of when it comes to situations like this. If you and that person is not on the same level, you know what I'm saying? And she's allowing you to, be that leader to where she doesn't have to keep going through the same cycles that she's been going through. And she's like, you know what? I'm just going to let this man lead. And, I know he's not going to do us any wrong. But if y'all not on that same level, bro, you asked out at the end of the day. You asked out.
I mean, I agree 100%. I was talking to my guy Oz just earlier, and he ain't got no kids.
Shout out to Oz.
Dealing with chicks that have kids. I should actually call him and let him give his own.
Do that.
His own. Let's call Oz. But yeah, he broke it down rather good, rather well himself, because like he said, there's no win to the situation, and then like he said, he was given his time, only to find out she was still getting smacked by baby daddy. Because how many baby mamas is really done with their baby daddies?
I don't know. Now, look, that's going to toot a lot of horns. That's going to have them motherfuckers up in the uproar. Because I don't fuck with my baby daddy. I don't do this. And Granted, some of them don't.
What up, sir?
All right, so you are live on the air, real quick. We just gonna talk about what we had a conversation about just earlier today. Is it
What part?
beneficial for a single man with no children to be dating women with no kids?
No, I mean it sounds good on paper, but it don't really work out like that most of the time because there's a whole lot of feelings that get involved, and yeah, man, it's just stressful, especially coming into a situation. You don't know the level of involvement of the child's father and that whole scenario, if it's messy or not. And it can get complicated when you mix those emotions because you can't take someone away from their children.
True. Now, you as a single man out here in these streets,
Yeah,
would you
yeah.
personally date a single mother?
I wouldn't say never is never, but it has to be like the perfect situation.
What's the
I wouldn't,
perfect
I wouldn't say
situation?
it'd be like, baby daddy lives across the country.
I thought you were about to
It's
say
not
across the street.
He said across the country.
Yeah, nigga, I'm not letting that happen. Nope. Because what we was talking about was a lot of times, I mean, whether you like it or not, just living life, you start to realize, even if you have friends who are, single fathers, or you deal with single women with kids, the baby daddy or baby mom, they still have some type of relationship.
You got to have a
That's a forever
relationship in
bond.
order to take care of them kids properly.
What'd you say?
You got to have that relationship in order to properly raise those kids.
Yeah, that's 100% agreement. But if I'm gonna be involved with that, then that's complicated because at the end of the day, I'm a man too. I'm trying to take care of my household. So unless I had kids of my own and I was single, I don't think I could do it. That's just me. Like if it's not now, you're like, what's that show where it's the two families together? I don't remember the name, but
Brady
you know what I'm
Bunch?
talking about. If it's right,
If it's the
So
Brady Bunch,
that-
it'll work out perfectly fine.
yeah, that's fine. But if it's not that, then it's kind of you're asking somebody to. It's an unequal level. That's gonna just cause a lot of strife. At least for me, in my limited experience, is that it's just kind of weird. And then the thing is, some women want you to meet their kids early, and some don't want you to meet them at all till you're really serious, whatever, what have you. And that's just a lot to navigate. So if you get emotionally invested, or it just gets messy. That's just my 2 cents. People could disagree with that, but it is unfortunate. It's an unfortunate truth because a lot of people would like to think that it's not that way, but it is. So,
And a lot of people. Well, let's just be let's
let's keep it 1,000. A lot
yeah,
of
let's
single
keep it
women
at
with kids
1,000.
would
But
like
a
it
lot
to
of
be another
people
way.
happen to be the single moms who say that a real man would step up to the plate. But if the roles are reversed, 9 times out of 10, they're not stepping up to the plate either.
No, I mean the same people that say stuff like that. I mean, if you gave them a scenario of a man with kids, they would, and it was themselves, they would look at it differently. Because whether we like it or not, people are selfish to a certain extent, and there's a certain amount of things that people are willing to and to not do. So you just have to keep it real. So I don't know. That's a tough one because unfortunately there's a lot of single parents out there that want to go out and date, but it's just messy for them and it's difficult. So
I don't know. I
I
had
don't know.
some women go crazy behind me for my kids. I had some females go crazy on my baby mamas. Like, you better let him see his kids, or we gonna be over there and bloop 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 bloop. Like, yeah, I had some girls like that. And then guess what?
yeah,
but check this out. I also had guys, the baby daddies, that was cool. I had some baby daddies that was cool, and they would try to be there in their kids' life and take care of their kids. And then, like every once in a while, like if we throwing like barbecues or something like that, and they come and pick up the kids or something like that, we might have them stick around, grab a plate or something like that. So I've been in those situations to where it's actually been cool like that. And I mean, the baby mamas
we
ain't.
had that conversation earlier, and that was part of the conversation too. Is Usually, a lot of women call a lot of men deadbeats, but a lot of those women are also keeping the child from that man.
Mm-hmm.
But they have no problem putting a new man in that
In that-
exact same child's life
Yeah.
and being like, oh, you can play daddy.
Yeah.
And I just saw a post that was crazy as hell, and I laughed my ass off because it was like, if you are a single father and your new girlfriend looks better than your baby mama, don't plan on seeing your kids.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
Oh,
if she's
there you
uglier
have it.
than your baby mama, you gonna be able to see your kids. And to
Well,
me,
shit. In that case, I would never get to see my damn kids then.
that's crazy because
'Cause I always
at
upgrade.
at the end of the day, like the shit that actually it's funny. That really is how it be because that woman is more jealous of your current woman, even though she swears she don't want you and will keep the kids away from you just to hurt you, not for the fact that you're a bad parent, and then will be all over the social media calling you a deadbeat dad when at the shut your ass. When at the end of the day, if you actually call that nigga and say, hey, you come get your kids, he gonna be there before you hang up the phone.
Mm-hmm.
And this is the thing. I say this to guys. If y'all are dating a single mom and you see her keeping the kid away from that dude, you need to leave her.
Yeah.
She's bad for business. Because if you end up getting her pregnant,
You better hope
10
not.
times out of 10, she going to do the same thing to you. And then blame the baby, be the ones that blame the baby daddy every single time. And I said that to you earlier because a lot of the times, us as men, even you said it, yeah, but there's a lot of deadbeat dads out here. And that's just it. There really ain't a lot of deadbeat dads. It's the fact that they, Oz, do you like, you're a man. Do you
Right.
like going through bullshit?
Fuck no.
Okay, even though it's your child and this woman is keeping it from you, and at the end of the day, there's not a law in this world that says, hey, we're gonna help you be a part of your child's life. Are you gonna sit there and keep arguing and fighting with a woman?
Nope.
Well, yeah, I'm not in that situation, but yeah, I wouldn't want to have to go through that. That's a good point. Because here's the thing, though, women talk more than men do about that stuff. So even a lot of men, single men like myself, you hear about deadbeat dads all the time, but we don't know the full story. So that's a good point.
Yeah.
All you ever hear about, oh, this motherfucker ain't shit. He ain't doing this.
Yeah.
He ain't doing that. Well, that just trickles down because if I'm seeing that woman, I'm not asking her man's opinion. That's not something I'm worried about. You know, so that's a good point. There's two sides to every story, so
But
but
you also know what a lot of women do. Like I had a lot of women come to me, right? Because I've been going through this shit a long time, and especially if whenever my kids don't come around because of their mother or whatever to say, I would have a majority of the women come to me and be like, Chris, you know what? You are a great dad. You are an awesome dad. We know how your kids communicate with you. We know how they talk with you when whenever you do have them. And they all tell me the same thing. You know what? Wait until they get of the age to where they can make that decision to whether they want to come and be with you or stay with their mom. Because right now, when they're with their mother, their mother is the only ones that is putting all this negativity and drama and bullshit like in their heads, right? So that's all they hear every single day. Oh, look at your dad. He's with this girl. Oh, look at your dad. He's taking care of these kids, but he can't do nothing for y'all, right? Even when
you right there in her phone.
She know I'm right there.
Come pick up my kids.
Yes, I want to come pick.
Take them all school shopping.
Exactly.
And they go, no.
No. Yep. Exactly. No. So she just drives all that into their head constantly. So yeah, I always had a lot of women be like, you know what, Chris? Just wait till your kids get old enough to where they can start to see things for themselves and they can make their own decisions at the end of the day. So if they want to come out there and see you, hey, they can come and see you. You know what I'm saying? If they want to live with you, then hey, they can live with you. You know what I'm saying? If they choose to stay with their mom because of whatever, then, so be it. But you still let them know that, hey, I'm still your father. I'm still here to go above and beyond for you and to do anything. You know what I'm saying? If my kids call me right now, Dad, I need this. Dad, I want this. There ain't nothing I wouldn't do for them, right? But then if you know what, like if I tell my oldest daughter, like, hey, you should come out here so we can get you doing this or get you to go to school doing this, she'll kind of hesitate a little bit because she's so used to, being with her mom and doing things that way. So it's kind of like everything is on a hesitation type feel whenever it comes to that. So
They don't know no better.
yeah. So at the end of the day, sometimes it hurts. You know what I'm saying? Knowing that, I would want my kids to see different things, to see another lifestyle, or to get out of, like Missouri, that's where we come from. So yeah, to get out of Missouri, you know what I'm saying? To see something else different, to see other opportunities, you know what I'm saying? But, I know they're so stuck in their ways, and I know that's going to take time in order for them to see things different. So, I mean, but yeah, I completely understand.
And definitely want to say appreciate your eyes. We wanted to get the single man aspect, and then we actually since I called you for a whole nother reason, but we already know that shit decided to come up in the conversation as you are treading through this world, dropping your dipstick in different places. You're gonna come across a lot of different things, and as a single man, it makes it hard for dating, and I think people don't really also understand how often we as men talk. So even since like me and you have met each other, remove you from the conversation. How many people come for me for advice?
Oh man, you got a lot of people that reach out, man. So that's a blessing. That's a blessing and a curse, I guess. I'm sure sometimes it gets tiresome.
It does.
Yeah,
but it also helps. That's why this platform is here, because it's to open up the doors and let other people understand. Like, other people are going through the same shit y'all are going through. I'm not gonna say I have all the answers, but I got a lot of them. Shit.
No.
I think
this
I
nigga,
think
my
one
brother,
of the
he
main
just jumps in
takeaways
my shit.
I got from you is you gotta look out for you. Sometimes it's not that deep, and you gotta keep shit simple. And it's a complicated word out there, especially when feelings are involved. So you just have to kind of guard yourself and have your inner peace. Otherwise, you're gonna get fucked up out here.
That is true. That is true. Appreciate you, sir.
Yes, sir.
The sun is now gone down. I know you doing Ramadan. You can eat and drink now. Go get your strength back, sir. Go get your strength back.
All right, man.
All right.
Talk to you soon. Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, there you guys get to hear it first and foremost from a man. Marcy, she said, I was a step parent and it sucks. I'm not. I don't know what it's like to be a step.
You know what? You know what I like? Let's see if we can get Marcy on, like, because I want to hear from a female's perspective of what we go through, but what she had to go through on the woman's side.
Marcy, call in. You already know what the phone number is. It's right there on the screen.
That'd be interesting to hear.
That would actually be
because we don't never really hear that, do we?
We never actually hear from the
woman's perspective,
stepchild.
We don't.
Where things weren't good. We never actually hear that. Or when we do hear it, it's because she was abused.
Yeah.
It always has something to do with, oh, this person abused me or did this or did that. It's never just the fact that I was a stepchild and I didn't get to have my parents, like my biological parents, together at the same time. That is a good one. What's up, Vonnie? Vonnie is in the... Right, we got a caller. You are live on the air.
Hello, hello.
What's up, Marcy? Okay, so you were a stepchild. You said it sucked. Why did it suck?
Well, I was a stepmom.
A stepmom, yeah.
Ooh, okay.
Right, and they were pushed on me a lot.
They did what on you?
Have the kids on the weekend to please the ex-wife, and have me watch him while he was at work. And it was. I always had them all the time, and anytime something went wrong, I was the one that had to be responsible. And it just became a huge burden on me. And then they became to hate me because he was misbehaving. And it was a whole mental health nightmare that was going on. And I'm glad I found my way out of it. But I don't have anything to do with either one of the kids. And it just felt like it was a big waste of my time.
So were you ever at any point told you're not my mother?
Um,
Because that's something I never
no,
hear women say is
that
the
wasn't
kids.
part of, I never portrayed myself as their mother. Um, it was a situation where it didn't matter what I did, I was going to be a failure at it. And it was to do it again. I would be hard pressed to do it again in the same scenario or situation. It would have to be a particular situation where, and I was married to a guy who was not a leader. So that was the first problem.
Wow.
And it
So
was
he never kept his kid, and that's the thing is
So he was a beta.
as a man,
right,
you
exactly.
also have to keep your kids. And it sounds bad, but you got to you got to separate the mom and your current woman and let her understand this is who I'm with right now. You're not finna just sit here and talk shit to her. And then same thing with the woman you're with. You got to literally sit here and say that is still the mother of my children, and you're not finna talk shit about her. Like the man has to create some sort of order in those
Exactly.
relationships.
So it was chaos, and it was everybody lost.
Right. So how did the kids' mother did the kids' mother ever come at you a different way? Like since you said the kids never disrespect you on the terms of, you're not my mom, you're not this, you're not that. Like I wonder what role did the mother play when it came to that, especially with the dad being at work or whatever he was doing at the time, and you were pretty much the full-time mom and dad in that sense.
Right. Well, I think she just liked having time with her new husband.
Ah,
Everyone lost in this situation.
right. So you were stuck with the you.
Okay, so you just became the babysitter.
Yeah,
Right, exactly. Became the cheap babysitter, and everything was my responsibility. And it was just it just sucked for me. I mean, there's no other way to say it.
Shit, that's the only way you can say it. Shit.
Yeah, it sucked. I wouldn't take it back. I'm glad I had a life with the kids. I remember one time I wouldn't take it back. My daughter, she came to me and said, I was at the grocery store with my friends, and I came to realize that my mom didn't teach me about food, and my dad didn't teach me about food, and none of my friends' parents taught them about food. She said, but you and I, we learned a lot about food and how everything tasted. So she gave me a huge compliment that I did impact her life in some way.
yeah. So did you have kids yourself, Marcy?
I have one son.
Okay.
He's 26.
So did your son grow up around them at the time when you were?
Yes.
Okay. So how did that situation go?
How was that dynamic?
Yeah.
That dynamic, they always felt as if he was the golden child.
Ah,
That
yeah.
he never did anything wrong. I was the scapegoat.
Right.
He was the golden child. You can see kind of where everyone kind of had their place.
Right. That makes sense.
And then
yeah.
when I started standing up for myself and all of that, all of a sudden I wasn't desirable anymore. And,
Yeah, because you had a voice now.
And,
Yeah, because you had a voice and you were the one that was going through it. And so when you finally began to speak out, then there was issues and there was problems.
Don't let him walk on me anymore, and just start standing up for myself and knocking the shit off. And he didn't like it, so he found someone else. It was really easy to get rid of him.
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure he's gonna keep finding somebody else and somebody else and somebody else.
Yeah, and I just stay away from me. That's all I care about.
Yeah. Well, that was good. I always wanted to hear like the woman's side of it, or
here's the sad part about the whole thing. Is he has 3 children, and he has nothing to do with any 3 of them.
Okay, now this is what I would like to know, and this is the crazy part. with those three children that he doesn't deal with, is it he doesn't deal with them or the mom doesn't allow him to deal with them?
He just chose not to have anything to do with them.
But was that because the mom was constantly nagging, crazy, giving him hard times? Or
Well, my situation, I can't say about her. All I can say is about myself. But when my son turned 18, I had to get over it. I had to get over it. I had to get out of his business and leave the relationship he has or does not have with his dad alone. I don't mention it. I don't bring it up. I don't ask about it. He's an adult. I leave it alone. I stay out of it. Period. I have to leave it alone. It's not my business.
yeah, right, true.
And I just, it took me time I had to practice that a little bit, but it got easier, and it got easier to let everything go as well.
Yeah.
Move on and grow and.
And but you know something, Marcy? Like I was in like my second marriage was very toxic, right? So
Right.
like I never wanted to be at home. Like I never wanted to be at home or anything. So you know what I would do? I would just crowd myself with work. I was a workaholic. My brother here, he always tell me, man, you work like a fucking Jamaican. Like you got 5-6 jobs all the time. I was working so much to where I did not have to be at home to be around her kids at the time. You know what I'm saying? Because I didn't want to deal with it. So, like to me, it kind of sounds like he was trying to work so much to where he can put it off on you, right? Yeah. So he can put it off on you, and he can be like, "Oh, I'm just out here working," and whether he got to pay a
feeling
shitload
good about himself, and he's pawning his kids off on someone else. That
Yep, and that's exactly what it is. But mine was vice versa.
I let him. That's the problem too. I didn't, I didn't stop it either. So
right,
there's some blame for myself as well.
Right. Yeah. So that's why I said mine was vice versa, but I was at work all the time. I kept myself busy. You know what I'm saying? Because I didn't want to be at home. I didn't want to deal with it. So, granted that those were her kids and I was in that situation, but just from me looking in on yours, I'm like, okay, well, maybe he's just pushing himself to work a lot to where he can just put the burden on her until she's tired of it. And when she's tired of it, it's easy for him to pick up, and move along and get another chick.
Yeah, like I said, a lot of men don't leave. They will do things that will make her leave first.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yep, it's a twisted little game that goes on. I don't know.
All right, well, we definitely appreciate that.
Alrighty.
A different side that we usually never get to hear. We actually get to hear it, and man, Marcy, you a winner. So thank you so much for calling in and giving us your side of this situation.
Alrighty.
Thanks.
Good night.
Anybody else out there want to call in 602-736-6660? The phone lines are wide open. Are you either a single male or female in a relationship with someone whose children are not yours? And is it a good relationship? Is it a bad relationship? Have your children taken to said person? Or have they not taken to said person? What is your relationship looking like? We've now heard from a single male. We've now heard from a woman who took care of someone else's children.
Stepmom.
Mm-hmm. What is currently going on, ladies and gentlemen? All right, little bro. See, this turned out to be better than...
Yeah.
Told you. Put you on therapy session, boy.
Let's do it.
Actually, ladies and gentlemen, tomorrow night I got Brina. We will be doing therapy session. Every Friday, as you know, we've got Freaky Friday. It's the only live call-in show. We got a beautiful show this weekend. And the next Sunday... on Sunday Night Live, we got another show where I have 3 ladies on the couch. Well, as long as they show up. But tomorrow night we should be having Brina. And she actually hit me up. She wants to come be on the show. If you haven't made it yet, make sure you go to hustlefit.com. Not only can you go get your merch for No Cap Reacts, this black one right here specifically is the hot seller. Captain Crunch is where it's at. Get your Captain Crunch No Cap React shirt.
I gotta get one of them shirts, man. I gotta get one of them shirts.
They's a hater. They going out there.
www.hustlefit.com. You can't spell hustle without the STL.
Look, Jack Daddy says, Suge Knight's shorter brother. Jack Daddy, if you don't sit your... You know what's funny, though? That's John's friend. That's Junior's friend.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Hey, you know what? Go get with that shirt right now. That brim. That red
the
brim at the
Captain
bottom. Yeah.
Yeah.
That red brim at the bottom.
Maybe I'll wear that the next time we go. I'll put a blazer on over that.
We ain't been to the show in a minute.
We ain't been to nothing in a minute.
We ain't been to nothing. We've been so busy just working. Grinding and working and grinding.
Here soon, well, actually not even here soon, going on now, but we're building up also a Thursday night club night where you'll be able to catch me and my brother both live at the club with DJ Fuego. I need to go ahead and throw that flyer up.
At Morisco's Bella Vista on Cave Creek.
15232 North Cave Creek Road.
Look at you.
Hey, man, you know I got that photographic memory. Plus, I be doing this shit on a regular basis. And I be making all these damn flyers and stuff. Let me make sure that address is right, though.
So, yeah, if y'all ain't got nothing to do Thursday, man, step out.
Yep, 15232 North Cave Creek Road. See?
Hip-hop, reggaeton, everything.
Hip-hop, reggaeton,
bachata,
and your dance music.
You might catch your boy in there doing a little two-step.
Yeah, go ahead and come on out, ladies and gentlemen. Get your two-step on.
Live with DJ Fuego.
Look a little like this. We'll do it on that.
There you go.
It's not over enough. Focus, motherfucker.
Don't want to focus, does it?
I took off the manual focus. I mean, I put it on manual focus so it ain't gonna focus unless I actually focus in on it. But yeah, 602-736-6660. If you want to, go ahead and give a call if you have something to say. Right now, we're currently discussing the benefits of dating a single parent. Are there any or are there not? So far, we come to the conclusion as a single man with no children whatsoever, it is definitely not a benefit. And it seems being a stepmother so far also was not a benefit. So I like to get both sides. I like to get one where it actually is beneficial.
And you know, the crazy part, when the shit don't work out, man, the kids, I feel sorry for the kids, man. It's just the kids.
And I think as a parent, as a father myself, and no, I don't have baby mama drama, but that's because I just don't deal with drama, period. And even when if they try to argue or do something, at this point, I just don't listen to it. You know the situation with my older 2 kids.
Mm-hmm.
And what's funny is, here we are, 15 years later, when I'm 43 years old, and a lot of the things that were said have been proven to just be outright lies. My kids know and do and will and have. We talk on a regular basis, right there with them. If they need anything, they know exactly who to contact. They know that daddy's never going to tell them no, never have, never will, etc. And that's the crazy part about the situation is how jacked up a woman can truly be, where she goes out of her way to ostracize a man for the simple fact of self-indulgence. Like, I've heard the bullshit, and this is the crazy part. It's the go-to response to call a man a woman beater or to say he's a bad father, right? But then the moment that he has kids with someone else and was with another woman or multiple women, none of those women are ever beaten. Ever.
None of those accusations came to
none of those children
musician, right?
Are all those children that are not there are taken care of. And then how the story changes where they then want to tell the kids, oh, he loves these kids more than he loves you, which is why he takes care of them and not you. Why don't you just tell the truth? The reason those kids aren't in the exact same position as his other kids is because of you, lady. No one else.
Well, that, and we know women love to play the victim role.
It's always the victim.
You know what I'm saying? It's easier to have nobodies on social media come to your rescue or to come to your comment section and be like, oh, he's fucked up. Motherfucker, you don't even know me. Like, you don't even know me from nothing. So to sit on there and hear all these women talk stuff about, oh, my baby daddy's a deadbeat, and to watch these other dudes jump on there, like, these are what I call vultures. Like, these niggas ain't nothing but vultures. Because every time these women get on here and do this type of shit, you are sitting there not even knowing shit. You probably knowing what you're doing. Like, let's be honest.
Don't worry, baby. I'll come and take care of you.
I'll take care of you and your kids. He ain't no good. That nigga, you know what I'm saying? And then you find out and give one of them niggas some pussy, and you find out them niggas ain't no good. And you find out them niggas don't take care of their kids.
Or what usually happens is, the crazy part about it is, you go ahead and get that simp motherfucker a chance, right? And then that simp motherfucker ends up hitting me up talking about, man, that bitch is crazy. Yeah, no shit, Sherlock. That's why I don't fuck with her. Like, y'all sit here and be trying to take these people's side all the time. What you don't realize is, I'm not the crazy one. Yeah. She is.
Don't nobody ever
know. All of her relationships are failed.
Yeah. Nobody knows nobody's story.
Nobody,
you know what I'm saying? Nobody knows nobody's story, right? But nobody knows my story. The only person that will know my story is my brother, who I'm sitting here right now, that I talk to on an everyday basis.
The crazy part is, I've been through everything with you, like you've been through everything with me
for the last 23 years.
And the crazy part about it is, like, we literally sit here and I'm like, bro, like, stop. When you was with,
yeah,
bro. And here's the crazy part. Here's the crazy part is, at that time, if we would have did what we should have did, and you would have left and actually came with me, really think about, where would we be? I'm positive things would be different.
Things would be way different.
Because I wouldn't even have no kids. Because I would have never even been there to make a baby.
Yeah, things would be. Imagine where we would have been. What, 2010, 2009?
No, 2006, 7.
Oh yeah.
November 2006 and 2007, I was like, let's go.
But when we was working with Mike B.
Oh, even then, yep.
So imagine where we would have been if we would have
2010.
If we would have just took off then and just did the music stuff and was like, boom, we gone.
The same thing. Things would be so much different than what they are even right now.
I mean, hey, even what, 10 years later, 15? Hey, we didn't turn out too bad.
Yeah, I can't say it's bad.
But we would have been on some different shit. You know, especially with doing music and everything like that. Yeah, things would have been totally different. Totally different.
All right, so now let's pivot. We're gonna pivot.
Let's pivot.
All right, so being in the game music business this long, what it was like last year, we started M&B management.
Mm-hmm.
Let's talk about the music industry.
Oh my God. Where do you want to start? I might need another drink for this. Waiter.
All right. So now that you are out here in the world at a whole nother city, now you're no longer the artist. We are no longer the artist. We're doing the management side. You're seeing and hearing other artists. People are coming to themselves saying, hey, I'm the next big thing. Help me out. Help me do this. Help me do that. Okay? Now that you're on the outside looking in, what are you seeing?
Same shit.
Same shit. Elaborate.
Same shit, different city. You know what I'm saying? Like for instance, back home. You know what I'm saying? We've been in the music game for so long, and you know, like even when my brother left and came out here to Arizona, like he was still, you know, like giving me game on the music and what to do as far as when it comes to management and dealing with these artists and stuff like that. I kind of took a step back from rapping and singing and doing that stuff, right? Because I wanted to know the business aspect of music and not just being in the studio and all this other stuff. And when I tell you it is hard to get these artists to focus and see the bigger picture and what it really takes for you to be a artist, like a musician artist, bro, they don't have what it takes. It's like everybody I see that's doing music and stuff, they want to be a rapper, they just want to stay in the studio. But once you bring up money and when you talk to them about budgets and if they got BMIs or ASCAPs and stuff like that, how many spins do you have on, you know, these other music platforms and stuff like that, bro, they don't even have the slightest idea of what you're talking about, right? And whenever we're trying to work with some of them, I'm not going to name any names, but we worked with a lot of them and try to put them in a position to get all this stuff set up. Bro, I come from Missouri and I come out here to Arizona and I'm running into the same goddamn thing. I got to tell my brother, bro, let's start this management deal. We can work with such, and such. And it was hard to get him to do that because he didn't want to do it. He was like, bro, just stop fucking with them. They ain't serious whenever you talking money and shit like that. Bro, I done seen the emails. Like my brother know a lot of people. He know a lot of A&Rs. He know a lot of people in the music game. When I tell you our inbox is flooded with emails, the first thing they ask us for, besides telling us if the song is good or not, what is their budget? What is their budget? I'm not gonna lie to you. The ones that I seen in the inbox, the bottom dollar line was $10,000, and that's just to start out with. And that was here on a local level, you know, moving to a national level. Like he had to put me on to what's like once I started to see the steps from local to regional, national,
you gotta go
to
local, regional,
local, regional, national. Then you would attack the international and then worldwide and stuff like that, bro. It is crazy. It is crazy, and you know what I'm saying? Like, bro got a lot of contacts. He got a lot of contacts, a lot of people. You know what I'm saying? I make moves on my ends to get people set up. Doing what was it? Not the American Idol, but the other one. I don't know. Goddamn, I can't remember.
You know, I don't watch no TV.
The singing show. You know,
this
what I'm saying?
Nigga had him set up for an American Ninja Warrior. It don't matter. He had him set up to go, and he's had. See, this is the thing. It's literally a 1-2, right? Then a 3-4, and then an uppercut, and then just an overhand right, literally, because he'll hit him with a 1-2, and then I got the 3-4, then he gonna hit him with the uppercut, and I'm gonna come and knock him out. And the reason, I say it like that for a reason. So what we do is initially we're gonna give you a slight chance to see what you're willing to do. We're gonna put you to see if you're gonna show up to the meetings, to go do even just auditions. If you just make it to the auditions, it could show that you might be somewhat serious about what you're trying to do. Okay? Mm-hmm. While the auditions are happening, now I'm sending out emails to when I say reputable, I'm talking about Grammy Award winning producers, A&Rs, managers, execs, people that I've had long lasting relationships with because the entire time that everybody said I wasn't signing, I wasn't doing music, and I was just sitting at home. I wasn't really actually out traveling the world doing shows and shit. Um, yeah, all that time that I was not doing that, all these big executives in the music industry and managers and shit just happened to jump in out of nowhere. We created these relationships, and what I do is I call them up and or email them. Now more than anything, I email because I have no choice but to send the music, your headshots, your information, right? Because they're gonna look you up. They're gonna get into everything, and they have a database that literally shows all your Spotify spins, your iTunes. If you what everything is digital now, so they can see if you're doing anything. So just based off of that, they can tell whether or not you have made a significant amount of money or if you made no money, and then that dictates whether or not they're going to give you a push. But the first question is, he's correct, is what is their budget? And the reason that you need a budget is 9 times out of 10, because the way the music industry is right now, labels and things, they want partnerships. They don't really want to sign artists no more and put all these hundreds of millions of dollars behind you while you build your name.
Right.
Come out with one good song.
Because they're not getting a
fall.
ROI.
There is no return of investment on you one-hit wonders anymore. Yes, everything is digital. Like, they can make their money back, but it's not as lucrative as what it used to be. And you guys call a lot of these artists plants and shit, but it's not the fact that they're plants. What they're doing for the most part, like Jaden Smith. Jaden Smith is a perfect example. Lil Yachty's a perfect example.
And Jaden Smith's a dope artist, by the way. He's a real dope artist.
These are artists that come from parents that already have multi-million of dollars where...
And that's Will Smith's son, and you see, he ain't,
But he makes so much money.
Yeah.
But what he does is, Will was easily able to go in and say, here's 50 million, match my 50 million. There's $100 million. And then they can push Jaden correctly and the label loses nothing. As a matter of fact, you both lose equally. And a lot of these artists just think that the deals of the 90s and even the early 2000s and even these 360 deals are set up for the label to make as much money as
360
possible.
deal, you're gonna be a mixtape artist.
You don't make no money at all, correct? You're gonna be a mixtape artist, which is the thing is, and I was just with the artist yesterday, and that was my thing. Get some mixtapes. And the reason you get mixtapes, if you're gonna be in the studio nonstop and you're recording, create mixtapes.
Right.
Drop these mixtapes. Drop a hella mixtapes.
Like Drake did.
Because at the end of the day, what happens is you can actually boost your numbers, but more than anything, you're building yourself a crowd. You're building you're building what NBA YoungBoy had.
Yeah, because you're staying consistent.
Following.
Yeah, you're staying consistent with your fan base out there.
You guys don't realize that having a fan base, okay, so even me. If I sit here and I throw this up and say, hey, buy my shirt, but none of you guys buy it, it does nothing for me. There's no point in me having it. So you're creating no sort of money for me whatsoever. So I'm literally just doing things just for the sake of doing things. And as I say, if I throw a show and I pay for a venue and I get all these artists, hey, come do this. We're doing a show tonight, right? But we don't properly promote it. And then there's 30 people standing there. And that's because that's the 15 artists and their fucking hype man. And that makes up the 30 of us. And we all got it free.
And artists don't promote.
Performing. Yeah.
The artists do not see. That's one thing I hate about it too. We just went to a show, right?
Yep.
And the turnout was not not nowhere what it needs to be, right?
Not even close.
So it's like, what do y'all, accept like in return or whatever you think you're out here just doing this music and y'all can't even promote on Facebook or Instagram or Snapchat or Twitter that you have an event to bring people, right? To even bring your fan base to these events. But you think you're at a level to where you think that you need to get paid, right? To show up to these venues. I think a lot of y'all's ego is bigger than what you are, because when you really sit down at the table with people, the first thing we're going to say, if they come down here and they sit down with the table with us and they talking all this jolly shit and blah, 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 let's see them numbers. You know what I'm saying? And he got, oh my God, 20 different fucking platforms that he can go on, from Tidal to Spotify to YouTube to wherever your music goes to, right? And gets distributed. He can go on there and click on that shit and see how many spins you got. See how many plays you're getting. See if you're getting any radio time. You know what I'm saying? Seeing if other A&Rs and stuff is looking into you. Like, these are what some things of what these artists don't understand. And we had this conversation too. I think it was last week. He was like, whenever you have a hot song, my brother was telling somebody else, whenever you have a hot song, man, y'all got to keep spinning that hot song, right? Because y'all put a song out there and it'll be good, but y'all spin it a couple times and then y'all be so quick to jump off to the next one. And then when you do that, you don't give that song enough time to breathe. You don't give that song enough time to warm up. Right?
That bitch for a year.
That's what they do with the big musicians, right? Like Trey Songz and all them. They will ride the same song. They will do a whole tour, the whole fucking year of the same songs. Just say one, for instance, that he did, or just say any song. God damn it. The song with him and Nicki Minaj. The little club song. The drink.
Benihana. He did a song Benihana.
There you go.
Benihana was hot for a year and a half. Mm-hmm. And they rode that song Benihana for a year and a half.
All the way to the bank.
Before they ever did anything else, because it didn't make sense. It didn't make sense. You ride that bitch till the wheels fall off, which gives you time, because in that year, you're now booking shows and getting paid. Okay, so my first hot single was Show Me How You Work It. It was done with a producer, Zoe, out of St. Louis. It was recorded in St. Louis. My cousin's husband at the time was also on that. That got me on what? Plies tour?
I remember that tour. Yep.
All the way up to, it was Fabulous. It was Fat Joe. Fuck, who all was on that tour? I don't know. It was a huge ass tour. Off of one song. And the thing about it is, I was cool with going literally from making nothing a show to $2,500 a show to $5,000 to $7,500 to $12,500 to $15,000 to then $20,000 from one fucking song. One song. And all I had to do was get on stage and do one song. One song. And then from there came my next single, which was called From the Club to the Streets. That was actually pushed by DJ Ames. That was an international song that after about 5-6 months made it nationally. The beat, the instrumental itself, because of the producer who made it, had it then added to the intro for the 3 6 Mafia show on MTV, Welcome to Hollywood. And you just do that. And that's how I learned the game. And the thing about it, that part of the music business to this day has not changed. If you you artists want to just drop song. And the thing about it is, you get in your head and you say it's hot because to you it's hot, right? You don't care about what the people are saying. You're not listening to the people. You're not giving your music to other people. And
unless
saying,
it's the people in their circle.
Yeah. you're not giving it to A&R, even fake local artists, local A&Rs of these half-ass record labels. You're not giving it to DJs, the up-and-coming DJ, and then put it in the hands of the biggest DJ. You're not giving it to almost everybody. For the most part, got a contact with an artist that's he may be regional. So like when I think about it in the Missouri terms of it, right? There's a Tech Nine,
Mm-hmm.
and then Tech Nine's whole Stevie Stone,
Chris Calico.
Chris Calico,
I forgot the other dude's name.
damn, I forgot the other guy's name too. Same thing, right? Guess what? I could call those guys up. They was literally on. I knew Tech Nine personally, but I also knew the other dudes. And because me and Tech knew each other so well, the other dudes gravitated to me off the rip. So it's like instead of me sending it to Tech, I could send it to them and be like, "Hey, I'm thinking about dropping this as a single, and you're an artist, and you're out here touring, and you're doing shit. You think this will go hard?" And they would literally be like, "Yeah, that shit's hard." And then out of nowhere, I might get a text from Tech saying, "Hey, I heard that track. That shit go hard." Okay. Then I have cousins that are in the music industry on a major level as well. So then I can send it to my cousins and be like, "When y'all get time, just tell me if you think this is hot or not. Is it a go or is it a blow?" And then it'll take a couple weeks, and then I'll hear back from them. But at the same time, I'm hitting DJs, I'm hitting managers, because managers are the ones that are gonna sit here and they're literally gonna be like, "Okay, if I can fuck with this track, then I can just start throwing this person and talking to these agents and throwing this person on because he's got a hot track, and because of that hot track, I can put this person on this tour. I want to put my artist out there on this tour, and I know if he pushes this track and he already has a name behind him, I can help make this tour bigger than what it already is." But it's the business mentality that y'all are lacking so much that is hurting you, and the fact that, cool, studio time. Back when, nigga, remember when we used to go to the studio, what, $200 an hour?
Mm-hmm.
Nigga, y'all get to do this shit for
this shit $50
an hour.
now, $40, $30.
This shit is cheap now.
And the sad part is they complaining about that.
If I could have went and did back then, I would want to book 12 hours, and to book a 12-hour studio session was thousands of dollars. He'll tell you, like other people, I used to go in the studio, and when I hit that track, I never, ever, 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 ever fucked up on the first track. I recorded a whole 16 bars straight, and I made sure everything was 100% perfect.
We was good at doing that. Like, even if we do that at the home studio, we'd be good at, like, going in there and knocking out shit. Like I said, we do a mixtape in, like, 3-4 days.
And the whole point of that is, we've had to pay hundreds of dollars for a studio, and to the point we invested thousands of dollars into our sales to do the home studio. To the point that when you walked in my home studio, right there on the wall was a time clock. And I could literally hit the time clock because that's how I would charge Sony. I would charge Sony for my studio time the same way, whereas if I went to Guildflow and took my ass to Texas, or if I went to Trap House and took my ass to Atlanta, or Soundforge in fucking New York, they fucking bill them. I just learned how to do the game myself, and then I would just pay for somebody to mix and master it. And that's the game. But a lot of y'all don't realize like what it takes in this industry and how you are gonna get to the next level. Because in your own mind, you're the greatest thing since fucking I don't even know. At the end of the day, coming from someone who's literally rubbed shoulders, like I said, I ain't gonna lie, I ain't never met Jay-Z. I could have, but I haven't. But that it was never my goal. I sat in his room, his presence, The biggest person that I met in music industry as an artist, at least in my eyes, was when I met Madonna at the Mayweather fight. Um, in 2007, 50 Cent sent one of his A&Rs, which was DJ Spider. He was using DJ Spider Loke as his A&R to try to shop me, and I told him to kiss my ass. Remember, that's when I came with that mixtape that said "fuck 50 Cent." So that's where that came from. I don't know. There's just so much shit that has happened over the years um, that I can look back and say, yeah, there's probably a couple of mistakes that I made on my end because I did. I had an ego then too, but I think as we got older, the ego fell off, and I started looking at other artists who really had talent, and I realized how much you shoot yourselves in the foot.
Mm-hmm. Be like, y'all fucking.
So if you have some words of wisdom, because you deal with them a whole lot more than I do, because you know I won't pay these motherfuckers no attention.
Yeah.
What would you tell them?
Put the ego and pride to the side. And if you're really serious about your craft and going to the next level and just getting out of the realm of the people that you're around and getting out of your city and stuff like that, look, you're going to have to pay to play. I might repeat, you are going to have to pay to play.
But
stop.
Caveat to that shit, because y'all need to understand something. You're not paying us.
Yeah. No. You're not playing that. Which a lot of them get it confused, right? Mm-hmm. So a lot of them come to us and be like, oh, like a lot of people come to us, and our question is, what do you need management for? Right? Because in order for us to manage you as an artist, you have to give us something to manage, right? So if you don't have anything worth managing, right? If nobody knows you, if no clubs are trying to book you and all this other stuff, like you're giving us nothing to go off on, right? So whenever you come at us and be like, oh, I need a manager. Well, to be honest, you're not even at the point to where you even need a manager. Like he said, you think you're hot in your mind, and because you've done a couple local shows and whatever the case may be, you may think, oh, well, it's time for me to get a manager. But when you get on the internet and stuff like that, those numbers don't say that, right? So basically, what are you doing whenever you come to us? Because whenever we go and shop your stuff to different A&Rs and record labels and stuff like that, and the first thing I'm going to ask you, what is your budget? It's not going to be what is our budget, right? Because we're not rapping. You know what I'm saying? We're not doing this shit.
I'm going to tell you this too. I'm not going on the road with your ass either. I take care of the business. I can take care of contracts. I put things in play. If I'm on the road with you, that's not going to happen. Your budget is what, at this point in time, honestly, is going to pay for tours happen every day. Mm-hmm. It's going to put you on the tour bus, literally, on the tour bus. I can get you on the tour bus, but you got to get your hotel. You got to get your food
and other accommodations.
If you want your merch, you got to get your merch, which hustlefit.com, we do go ahead and we do custom merchandise. If you need your custom merch, hustlefit.com. You're going to need everything that it takes for you to be able to handle your shit. You're literally going to have a road manager, which is probably going to be that nigga. And then there is a road manager for the entire fucking tour. Mm-hmm. He is an actual booking agent. And that booking agent, usually for the first, let's say it's 7 shows. For the first 3 shows, you're not getting paid. Now, if you do well, that agent will then go in and do his best to get you something because he also gets paid for it. So if he gets you $500, subtract 20% from that $500. That's going in his pocket. Because he's doing work for you that you didn't hire him to do.
Yeah.
and then subtract 20% yet again. That nigga. Because you have to pay him for the work that he's doing. Our job, the way we get paid is by bringing you work. Like when you let's say you sign a $1 million contract with Universal Records, subtract 20%. Because that 20% is being paid to me and the thing about it is the way our contract is set up, we're splitting the 20.
Mm-hmm.
So we ain't getting 20 each. We're splitting the 20. And the thing about it is, we're not even worried about that because if I take you and Universal actually signs you, Universal also pays me specifically. I get a commission regardless. Regardless. If I even bring them somebody that they feel like they're going to put their money into and they don't put you in a full-blown record deal, they put you in a management situation, I'm still getting paid off of you. So there's so many different things to this game that you guys don't understand, and a manager is not there for you to live off of him. Because what happens is, I can go ahead and put a clause in there. It's called a recoupment clause, and then recoupment. Yep, now I'm taking your social security number. Why? Because if I put $50,000 into you, I want my $50,000 back with a
interest.
certain interest attached to that.
Mm-hmm.
And you're going to be on a monthly payment plan. And if you don't start making any payments to that, well, we are a fully
It's not personal. It's just
corporation.
business.
And I'm going to hit your damn credit and take your ass to court. 100%. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. And because I'm from the streets, well, I might fuck you up in the meantime, too. But I'm going to make sure the legal shit happens first.
He's just playing. He don't mean that.
You know better. So, that's my 2 cents on that. You got anything else you want to add to that?
No, I think we pretty much summed up everything. So, you know what I'm saying? I tell them, do your homework. Do your homework first. You know what I'm saying? When you're done writing all your little raps and stuff like that, do your homework. So when you come to people and you get ready to sit down and have a business conversation, you know, with individuals, you know, like whether it's me and my brother or you and somebody else or, you know, different management or whatever play, you'll at least know what you're talking about and you'll at least grasp what we're telling you now and what you may go and find on Google or whatever books and stuff you might pick up on the music industry or, you know, whatever. But, I mean, that's what I tell y'all. Lose your egos. Lose your pride, and you're going to have to pay to play.
And I will say this. I'm going to keep the camera on that little motherfucker back there. Y'all should be hitting him up for hooks. He can either write the hooks, do your hooks. He can help you put a form together. He can help you formulate a whole motherfucking song. And it would, you want to talk about hitmaker? We call him Mr. Spectacular. Okay? Spectac. He is himself a hit maker. It's just whether he plans on doing it or not. And a lot of y'all have been sleeping on that shit because you could be paying him. There's your ghostwriter right there. And because I don't even know how to explain that shit. Back when he even pushed me, and I'm talking about this is after the fact that I've been on the road with every goddamn body and their mama and can go into our home studio and we could literally record. This nigga, like, you could do it better than that. You could do this, or you should do it like this, or you should do it like that. And then he'll throw some sauce on that shit. And that even made me better.
Mm-hmm.
And I was already at the pinnacle. I was already signed and been there and traveled and shit. So.
We got it. We do it all. So.
Pull this nigga into the studio for all you Phoenix motherfuckers that's sitting around on y'all's ass. And the thing about it is, he is new out here. Y'all don't even know about him. I might come in and sit in on a session and listen. and put together. I might, because I'm gonna formulate some shit and say, okay, this is what I can do with this person or not, right? But I ain't gonna be doing that too often. I'm just gonna tell you, he will, he will.
The price is right.
So, got anything else you want to talk about today?
I'm good. Unless there's something else you want to run down. I mean, we can talk, but I got to get me another refill. We could talk all night.
That means we're done. We
could talk all night. We could start up another one if you want
to.
No,
because your ass going to be up to 4. No, you're going to sleep. Tomorrow evening,
Monday?
We're going to the gym. No questions. No excuses. Coming soon. Y'all can catch us.
This nigga gonna have the lights on that motherfucker and everything.
Ain't no lights on these. This is stupid. So when I say we finna start hitting the streets a little bit, getting out, hitting some parties, doing some of these skate.
We do need to do that. Some pool parties, everything.
We do got some pool parties coming up. Y'all got another show coming up with Ash Bonita. She will be here next week. We're going to talk about some pool parties. I know with her, she is bringing some girls with her.
I love girls. I do adore.
With her. So again, tomorrow we got Brina. On Therapy Session. That is the newest show. On Friday night, who do we have on Friday night? We got Coco on Friday night. And then for Sunday Night Live, we got Ashley and her girlfriends. We got Ashley and her girlfriends. So, stay tuned. Tomorrow night, Therapy Session. That's the new late show. Friday night, we're going to be set up. We're going to be ready to go with Coco. And then on Sunday night, we got Ash back. So, stay tuned again. Make sure you hit the website. Get your No Cap shirts.
Hustlefit.com.
And all your Hustle Fit apparel. Outside of that, well, it's a good show. Thanks for coming in, little bro.
You're welcome.
Maybe one day we'll actually get the other half that's supposed to be with you.
I know we tried out that damn therapy session. See how that works. If not, I'll do it myself.
You can't do it yourself.
Why?
Cause
you do it with other motherfuckers by themselves.
No. Cause we talk about everything as is. Plus, people want to hear about you and your situation. You already know. But there's a lot of motherfuckers gonna want to sit in on that one. Mm-hmm. Cause a lot of you stinking, dirty ass Missouri hoes, y'all think y'all got a chance with a nigga that's not even in the same state as you. Y'all need to sit down. And then some of y'all, I call you coloring books, tattoo looking like a goddamn coloring book out here. Nasty looking ass motherfuckers. Ladies, moral of the story tonight is you don't need makeup to be your best. Dating as a single parent or being a single parent and dating, understand both sides of the story before you go ahead and jump into that. And then ending off with you damn artists, well, drop the ego and get your business right. And everything else will fall perfectly in place. With that, as usual...